The business owner's contract provides the named insured with a policy that has most of the coverage a typical small business owner would need to properly protect their livelihood, employees, inventory, and more. Yet, not all businesses qualify for this coverage, as there are limitations involved with this contract. Coverage in a BOP is very specific as to the types of businesses that may be insured, so it's important that you have the right knowledge when discussing business and commercial insurance coverage with your clients, and that they understand the limitations of this policy. There were terms and concepts in this lesson that might have been new to you, but you also saw information you've already seen a few times. For instance, liability coverage is relatively the same in business owners' contracts. It's intended to pay a third party for injuries and property damage caused by an insured's negligence. But these policies have their own types of conditions and exclusions that need to be studied carefully. For instance, if your property has more than 35,000 square feet of floor space, it's ineligible for business owners' coverage in certain instances. Other classifications limit the square footage to 7,500. So if your customer has a square footage measurement that exceeds those maximums, it's likely a commercial policy package would be in order. Property coverage is extensive. Section 1, the property insurance portion of the contract, contains many of the protections that the average customer needs. These package policies can cover buildings, business personal property, property that has been entrusted to the insured, specific needs of an insured, and almost all of the property protections typically needed by smaller businesses. We explored the deductibles found in these policies and also had the chance to talk about loss conditions, exclusions, how property is valued in the event of a covered loss, and much more. Each client is different in terms of needs compared to other clients, and the professional producer makes sure to ask the right questions, provide the right information, and recommend the right product to their insureds. Next up was Section 2 of the contract, the liability and medical expenses parts of the policy. Liability concerns should be at the forefront of your mind, as courts are awarding ever higher awards for negligence suits. One important factor is the defense coverage offered by policies in the event of a lawsuit against the insured for negligence. Lawyers and courts are expensive, and defense coverage and liability policies should be a definite part of the discussion. You learned about the coverage extensions found in a BOP, and these can significantly help in the event of a loss. These extensions of coverage are important because they can make or break an insured's lost payment. The average customer has no idea of how the extensions can be of benefit, so this should be part of any presentation with your clients. There are conditions that are common to all parts of the business owner's policy. For example, there is a condition in almost every business or commercial insurance policy that allows for examination of books and records. Why would a carrier insist on being able to examine the books and records of an insured? One of the reasons for this is so carriers can audit premiums to make sure the proper premium has been charged, or for proof of loss in the event that there has been a time element or business interruption loss in which the insured is claiming lost revenue. There are other reasons as well. Conditions and allowances like subrogation, premium audits, the liberalization clause, inspections, and surveys should be familiar by now. We also went over a few endorsements that may be added to business owners' policies. These are interesting policies and can protect many clients that don't necessarily need commercial policy packages, which are often more complex and sometimes difficult to prepare.